Hello, Virgo. Welcome to our reading for the 13th through 19th of November 2023. If you've been here before, welcome back. Good to see you again. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for watching. Welcome in, and I hope that you find something that resonates with you. This video is for Virgo, whether it's Virgo Sun, it could be Virgo Ascendant, Virgo Moon, or any other significant Virgo placement in your chart where you feel that Virgo has a strong influence on you. This reading may resonate with you, and even though this is a reading for the week of the 13th through 19th of November 2023, you may be watching this at a different time, and you may find that this resonates with you at that time. There still may be a there may be a message in here for you. I always feel there's no accidents when you see a reading come up and then you feel that you have to watch it, or the message in there is for you. So I'm not limiting this astrologically, even though I'm using what is called the astrological spread here. So it's not necessarily specific to a particular time period for some people. Okay, so with that, if you're not familiar with my method, I use the cartouche cards, which are an Egyptian system, to lay the reading out, and then I clarify the reading with tarot, and this week I'm using Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck. So let's see. Let's begin with... Okay, this is what Virgo needs to know for this week coming up. Okay, we got a bunch of cards. Okay, wow. Making some big changes financially here, at least somebody is. Oh, okay. And some people may be trying to get themselves their business in order, maybe getting their health in order, which is very much what I would expect of Virgo. All the Virgos that I know and that I've ever known or been in my family or that I've been friends with or worked with, I'm friends with a lot of Virgos as a Taurus. They're opposite signs. Taurus, Virgo, well, not opposite signs, but Taurus, Virgo tends to be a combination that gets along really, really well. So it's not surprising that I know a lot of Virgo people, and that the people in my family that I get on with the best seem to are also Virgos. So okay, so let's start with the first house here. Like I said, this goes by astrological house. So we're going to go Aries through Pisces and talk about what the attributes of each house is and then what the cards mean there. So the first house is Aries. So this has to do with you, your personality, how you display yourself, how you brand yourself to the world, what you want people to see. And yeah, and it's funny because you have the card of secrecy right here. Sphinx indicates that you may be hiding aspects of yourself from people right now. You may be going inward. You may be doing, Sphinx the word is usually excavation, doing some excavation work, going deeply. It could also just mean that, so this also often means you're discovering things maybe about yourself that you didn't know. But there definitely feels like there's a sense maybe of pulling back and maybe not telling everybody everything. And I feel like with the Chariot, which is Cancer energy here, the Chariot has to do with taking control of your chariot, quite literally. I mean, this is the idea that you are... you're trying to take control of your situation, and thus I feel as a result you may be holding certain things back from people because you don't want people interfering. That's kind of what I feel here. But there's definitely a sense of being in control, projecting the image of being in control and taking control. So we'll see how that resonates with the rest of the reading. Okay, second house, Taurus energy. This is finances. All right, so we got fire with the Ten of Swords. Somebody is ending some kind of financial situation, and there may be some fear about it because Ten of Swords can sometimes bring some agony with it. But I feel like ultimately this is going to bring relief. Like the Ten of Swords to me, is the card of relief. There may be a fear here. They call this the Ruin card, but I think there's a fear. This card never to me, well, I don't know, I shouldn't say never, but it rarely, certainly in combination with fire, this is not a card of actual ruin. This is a card of something that has, been a massive headache is finally coming to an end. So you could be ending a job, you could be paying something off that's been a thorn in your side for a long time. And you've got it with fire. So fire is purifying, okay? It's not only purifying, it's inspiring. I mean, you are getting busy, you are getting active, you are getting rid of stuff that you don't need financially. So this could indicate, again, something is coming to an end. You're either getting rid of a situation that is toxic to you, or you are just making changes in your finances. Maybe you're selling some things off. Maybe you're saying, okay, I don't need all these things. I'm gonna get rid of some of them. There's definitely the sense of getting rid of what is no longer needed here. Third house is Gemini energy, and this has to do with communication. Can have to do with self-effort if you're starting your own business. Can have to do with siblings. And also potentially, just communication messages, short-term travel, things like that. Okay, so we've got Thoth here and we've got the Sun. So in terms of communications, okay, Thoth has a lot of potential meanings here. It can be about healing, so sometimes this could be something medical. It can also have to do with education. So for some people, this might have to do with education, higher ed, or something like that. There could be some kind of communication coming in there. Or it could just indicate the timing of something. This is sometimes the idea of something coming in at the right time. But we have it with the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. So I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of message, this almost divinely timed message coming in at the right time. And what this message is going to do is illuminate. The Sun illuminates, okay? This is Leo energy. And Sun will shed light on things. It will make you be able to, you want some kind of message coming in that's very timely, that's going to enable you to see things very, very clearly, is what I feel. And I feel like, again, this could apply to business, because it could have to do with somebody in your family if you have siblings. And it can also it could also just be, generally speaking, a message that you have been waiting for or that comes at the right time. So that's good news. Fourth house has to do with Cancer energy. This has to do with your house, your home, your domestic situation, and also your personal sense of security. And yeah, you got Hathor, which is a very domestic card in the domestic house. So you may be getting reorganized. Virgo is known for organization and planning and getting, being able to get things together in a very, very sane, sensible, and grounded way. And that's definitely the energy of this card. Even though this card is technically Taurus energy, Hathor, I find, is just, and the fact that it's in the house of Cancer here says to me that this has to do with something domestic, like the domestic side of this card. Feathering your nest, so to speak. For some people, this might have to do with the arrival of a child, but for other people, you just may be, looking to make your home more of a place that you want to be in. And yeah, you've got it with the Magician, which is this Mercury energy. This is definitely a doer, go-getter kind of thing. For some people, I feel like this could have to do with working from home too. I know that comes into my mind because, Hathor can have to do with what one does with themselves, but this has to do with kind of setting up a space for doing. Okay, like I feel like for doing, for communicating, for manifesting, okay, which is what the Magician energy is about. Either that or somebody, you may be making a lot of changes. I feel like more to the inside of your house than the outside, but there's this idea, you could just be getting mobilized to make a lot of changes. So take it as it resonates. Fifth house is Leo. This is, I just did Leo. This has to do with either your children, if you're in a love affair or interested in getting involved with somebody. It has to do with unlegalized love relationships. And also potentially with creative projects, if neither of those two things applies. We're seeing new beginnings here, and we also have the Priestess, and the Priestess is really about what we're not seeing yet, what's hidden, okay? The Priestess is about following our instincts, following our intuition, and it suggests to us that there's more information that's coming in about something. So again, whether this has to do with a child, whether this has to do with a potential lover, or maybe somebody already in your life, or whether this has to do with something you're working on that's creative, again, take it as it resonates. There's definitely some kind of a change again. There's some kind of a new beginning that's coming in. So, but it's a new beginning in which we're not really clear on the information yet. So this is a case where you need to follow your intuition on something because what's in front of you is not evident yet what's going on. Okay, so this is your house, Virgo, 6th house, and this is the house of work, service, health potentially, and also things you might be worried about. And if you happen to have pets, this is the house of pets too. Okay, so we've got Isis and we've got the Two of Swords. So there's some situation here in which you may be at a stalemate. You may need to take some time out for yourself, because to me, Isis has to do with nurturing. This could be worry about a child, or, worrying about making there's some kind of a decision that maybe you're worried about, because this is a very strong motherly energy too. But I feel like it could be either something motherly or having to do with self-care. For some of you, it may not be either one of those things. It may just literally be telling you that you have to be patient to get to where you want. If you feel like you're at a stalemate with something, or you're not really sure about making a decision about something, it may be just telling you, look, persevere along your track. You're just going to have to be patient. I mean, that's definitely the energy of Isis. You've got the 2 here and the 2 here, so the number 2 is significant. Something in 2 weeks, 2 months, potentially 2 days. I always feel like swords are months, but that is not necessarily the case. I have not always found that that's the case. The number 2, either way, is something significant to you. So it may be something that feels stuck, and maybe you're going to see where things are going to go over the next couple of weeks or months. So patience is required. And that can have to do with the job, or even with the health situation. But I don't know. This feels less like health to me. This feels more like either a job or something you've been anxious about. Maybe even the financial thing over here. I'm not sure. Okay, 7th house has to do with legalized relationships. If the unlegalized relationships were here, this is Libra energy. This either has to do with, this has to do with marriage partnerships. It can have to do with business partnerships, things like that. Although we have the card of independence here. So the 9 of Pentacles says to me, or 9 of Discs says, this is about making your own way, like making your own money, making your own way, being independently wealthy, as it were. 10 of Pentacles tends to be more family or community oriented. This is more just about you doing your own thing. And you have it with Ta. So I don't know. Now, Ta could indicate a male presence here for somebody, a man, because this is strong Capricorn energy. Again, it's the idea of persistence or building something. You could be building a relationship, but you may want to be doing something on your own terms. This has a very strong businessy feel to me. This doesn't feel like a marriage situation to me, though it could be. You could be building a situation like this with your spouse, or maybe you're in a situation where maybe you have a hardworking spouse, but you're looking to make your own money. I mean, not sure. Take it as it resonates. But there's definitely a strong idea of working towards something here, but you're doing it more for this is more about doing it for yourself rather than necessarily to contribute, say, to a wider family situation or something. And it can also indicate, like I said, somebody coming in who is going to be able to help you do that. So again, take it as it resonates. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio. This is a house of transformation. This is the house of other people's money. And I mentioned that because you have the Prince of Discs here, which is also the King of Pentacles. And this could actually be a person who comes in to help you with something. Again, being it's the house of other people's money, Discs or Pentacles are a very strong money house. This very strong money type suit. I feel like this could be saying the king is great, because the king is like the culmination of the suit. And so there's a sense of having the resources, whether they be people who are helping you, whether it's financial resources coming from somebody. There's money coming from somewhere, I feel like, to help with something, either money or advice on running a business, or figuring out how to manage something financially. I mean, if we're seeing something ending over here, I feel like there's somebody over here who may be supportive on the financial end, whether they're giving you money or giving you advice, I think is what I'm trying to say here. And you have it with Urias. So Urias indicates, okay, the message there is things are not what they appear to be right now. So I feel like there is some worry over here. There's a kind of a frozenness about making a decision. There may be something coming to an end. And this is saying you can't necessarily take what's going on now at face value. I mean, especially if you're feeling, insecure about something, or that needing to reestablish security. I feel like this indicates unexpected surprises coming in, but good ones. Because to me, and especially with this card, this directly has to do with business for somebody, or some kind of connection to a person, perhaps who is an Earth sign, because the disc is Earth, so that would be a Taurus, another Virgo, or a Capricorn. This is also the card of Capricorn. So for some of you, maybe this is a Capricorn who's going to come help you with some kind of a situation, helping you get stabilized. But there's definitely a sense that what's coming into my head is I feel like some people may be very anxious or maybe caught up in a lot of what ifs or thinking, oh, if I do X, then this bad thing's going to happen. Y, X and Y, just speaking algebraically there. So this bad thing that's happening there. But this may be saying, no, don't, things are not what they, they're not as negative as they appear to be, or they're not as scary as they appear to be. That's what I'm kind of getting here. Things are more stable. You've got more resources. You're on a better footing than you think you are. I definitely feel like somebody here is like freaking out about something potentially. And Urias is saying, calm down. It's not, you may not be looking at it the right way, or you may not just not have all the information or be seeing something right now. Okay, 9th house, Sagittarius energy. This has to do with long distance travel, legal matters, and also higher education in some cases. So yeah, it's interesting. So somebody's tired of something. Somebody's done, somebody's out, drained and is like, okay, I'm finished and I'm ready to move on to something else. You could be finishing up a degree at school. You could work for a school, who knows, but something to deal with that. Or there could be a legal matter in play that is that you just feel like you just want to be done with it already. This is definitely, it's called the card of strength, but it's literally that last ounce of strength that you use to push through for something. And you have it with the wing disc. So this does seem to indicate successfully overcoming this. Like this is card 19, it adds up to 10, which is a culmination card. So from 9 to 10, like you are overcoming an obstacle. You're going to accomplish something. You're going to succeed at completing something or doing something, or you're going to be successful. But right now you're just very, very tired. So for some people, again, this is finishing a degree. This could be finishing some kind of a legal contract. May also indicate like the need to kind of get away and go on vacation too, to someplace far away. So take it as it resonates. 10th house is Capricorn. So this is about your career, how you're going to make your way in the world, your reputation, fame, and so forth. Okay, yeah, somebody's definitely starting out in something here because we have the 3 of discs. So this is about setting the foundation, usually for something financial. Could be a new business, could be some other kind of new venture, something where perhaps with a third party might be involved, where you might end up collaborating with somebody. But you have it with pyramids. So this is the idea that you're in test phase right now of something. You are, testing things out. Maybe you're meeting some challenges, but this does mean good news eventually. So I feel like this is more a case of you're at the beginning of something, establishing something for yourself, and everything will come to where it needs to be in time and at the right time. So you've got to give something time, because this is definitely indicating some kind of adventure that's at its beginning or in its infancy. Okay, 11th house is Aquarius. Okay, and this is about your friendships, your networks, which mean, when I say networks, could be business networks, and also your goals. Okay, so you may be keeping a lot of plates spinning right now. Jupiter and Capricorn here. This is the idea that you are, this is maybe juggling more than one thing right now, okay? In order to, this could have to do with your friendships. This could have to do with, I feel like this may have to do with a goal that you have. But you have it with the twins, so this could indicate a friend who is very, very significant in whatever's going on here. Like I feel like there's going to be a friend there who's going to be there for you, who's going to be supportive or helping you. It's going to be just another person. Sometimes it's more than one person with twins, but there's definitely the idea that friends can be helpful here. And a lot of what you're juggling with right now, eventually you again, like we have with the 2 of Swords that sits opposite to it, there is going to be a decision that you have to make. You kind of have to find one thing and stick to it. But this is also a card of natural change that's not forced. Yeah, and in fact, it's called the card of change at the bottom here. So I feel like you are naturally moving, in the direction that you need to move. So you don't have to over-control and over-plan is what I think. And you do definitely want to reach out to your friend group here, because I feel like people are going to be helpful. Finally, we have the 12th house. This is Pisces energy. And this has to do with maybe what you're afraid of. This may have to do with what's hidden from view. Maybe you're focused here on being, in control and confident, and maybe unconsciously there is some strife. Okay, and you have it with air. So I feel like there's almost a fear of change here. There's like an internal conflict going on here. Now this, by the way, though, I always feel that air in the 8th or the 12th house brings messages. If you believe in the idea of messages from spirit, then this could be saying that, you know, your own guides or ancestors or maybe somebody is trying to send you a message about something. And the message, I feel, is that a lot of the strife that you maybe feel is experiencing, maybe whatever you think of as competition or as quarrels or as difficulty, all of this is child's play. I mean, the wand play is not serious, okay? This is all just part of change. 5s have to do with change. So you really need to not be worrying about either, you know, other people outclassing you or doing better than you, or about any arguments that people might start with you. I mean, this is basically saying, you know, ignore. I literally feel like this is what's coming into my head. The message is, don't focus on this. Don't worry about this, and don't fight with yourself. Don't fight with yourself. I mean, sometimes that's easier said than done, to be completely fair, because when we are about to make big changes, we may have some great difficulty, you know, being able to envision the future, because we are doing something very, very new. So the change may be something that is scary to us, and we may quarrel internally with ourselves too. But it's just saying it's not really necessary. So overall, yeah, we've got Seth here. Okay, so Seth overall indicates, I mean, everything here actually looks fine. It looks like there's some change going on. You are making some changes, making some efforts, putting work into something. Have a couple of places where you need to make some decisions. I think the scariest thing is financially right now. Like maybe there's some focus on money right now, but there is definitely going to be help over here that perhaps you're not expecting. But I feel like this is saying, you know, that there may be some confusion, there may be some chaos right now, maybe some anxiety. And yeah, Anubis has to do with protection. So what your fear is about is you are afraid that you're not going to be safe in some way, or that you're not protected in some fashion. So there might be a need. You might feel like there's a need to protect yourself in this situation, or the word safety net comes into mind. So there may be this sense of, like, you know, wanting to protect yourself. And the fact that it's in the center indicates that it's kind of overall affects, there's kind of this overall tone of anxiety to everything that's here. But see, everything here is showing everything coming out okay. And yeah, another decision card, the Dominion card. You know, you are in charge of your own destiny. Like, take charge of it, okay? And you have it with the 4 of Swords, which is the Truce card. And this is a card of also needing to take time out to heal. So I don't know. I feel like whatever's come to an end here is something that has maybe affected you either emotionally, psychologically, maybe physically in some ways. And there is definitely a need to step back and recharge. So there's decisions to be made, but you may not have to make them all right now. And this is basically an assurance that what you are in the flow of things, and that things are going to come together for you naturally. So yeah, definitely, I mean, even though you may be hiding certain things, definitely keep up the attitude of being in control. And there does seem like there's some good new messages coming in, some things you're not expecting, and help coming from unexpected quarters. So try not to stress yourself too much right now. I feel this is more a sense of feeling like you need protection, and you may be quarreling with yourself internally, but I feel like things are going to be, everything here just reminds you that you're at the beginning of something, that there is work to be done, but you seem more than capable here of doing this work and getting organized. And again, this number 2 shows up all over the place. So something's happening in 2 weeks to 2 months for you, I'm pretty sure. So in fact, this is a 2-week card. So 2 weeks to, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks to 4 months, you know, like within a range, you may see how things are coming out. So anyway, that's it for me for this week. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time.